The northwest of England is struggling with an empty home epidemic. The legacy of failed government schemes has led to row upon row of terraces boarded up and abandoned, creating wastelands of our once thriving industrial communities. In Accrington, Place First is a partnership between a developer and a housing association. Backed by the local council, the scheme plans to resuscitate 5 streets of terraced houses that were once earmarked for demolition. Martin Ellaby is going to give me a tour of the site.
Hi Martin, I'm Joe.
Hi Joe, nice to meet you.
Good to see you.
And you.
Tell me about these buildings and ultimately what the plan is here.
Yeah, well we've got 89 empty terrace properties. All of them are 2 up, 2 down terraces. And clearly in today's world, it's not very attractive to families. So we decided right from the outset that we want to work with the existing fabric of the buildings, to work with the heritage of this town and not knock these down and create new build properties.
Place First planned to reconfigure the 2-bed terraces to create 2, 4 and 6-bedroom homes that are more suited for modern family life. They're going to knock neighbouring terraces together, either 3 into 2 or 2 into 1, to create much larger properties.
It's really about just preserving the heritage, but actually recognising that in the 21st century we live a little bit differently. We don't want compartmentalised Victorian spaces. We want lots of natural light, flexible spaces, plenty of storage space, again, which is something that a lot of developers forget about in more affordable schemes.
Yeah.
I'm having a look inside one of the existing terraces to understand how they plan to modify the space.
Do you know what? From the outside, I thought it'd be a lot smaller in here. This is actually not a bad-sized living room, is it?
Yeah, they're great spaces.
How typical is this, then? Is this what you're dealing with in quite a few of these properties?
I'd say this is typical in that we've got a very sort of boxy room here, and then on the second half of the house, we've got another box, essentially. So the house is divided down the middle, typical Victorian layout.
Yeah.
And in most cases, we'll look to kind of get rid of that and actually create an open plan arrangement, which also, the benefits of that is it allows more light to come into the house.
Yeah.
Because you've got light coming in from both sides.
Yeah, so open plan, so you can have a sitting area, you can have a dining area, you can have the kitchen, traditionally at the back, I suppose, because that's where the drainage is, and that all happens in one big space.
That's right. As I say, we're doing that on a large part of the properties, but on the 4 beds, for example, which are more appealing to the larger families. Again, larger families, that's more noise.
Yeah.
An open plan is great in some instances, but not all. So on the larger properties, we'll create 2 reception rooms. Yeah. So at least there'll be, one room which can be used for the kids and, they're playing with the toys and then, making the noise that they make. And then having another room which can be a little bit quieter and maybe somewhere to do some homework for the kids or just sit down and eat a family meal together.
Got you.
The first phase of the development will see 71 houses being brought back into use by 2014, with a further 129 properties set to follow. And keen to show local people just what they'll be getting, work has started on the show homes.
What do we have here then?
Well, these are the handsome boys of the street, really. These are the double-fronted end properties that front out onto this main road here. The majority of the properties here on the ends tend to be a little bit bigger. Yeah. These were slightly, be a better quality home when these were originally built. This may have been for the factory foreman rather than the general workers.
I see.
This will be one of our first show properties.
OK.
OK, we started on this just last week. We just started clearing the site. So these properties will take around 10 to 12 weeks to do. Yeah. Just as we're finishing off on this, we'll start on the main works on one of the streets down here. So we'll essentially be concurrently rolling on construction throughout the area.
Wow, and you're going to do it street by street, are you?
Pretty much, yeah, street by street.
First Place will rent the properties to local families.
We hope to have these homes ready for the first families to move in around spring of next year.
OK.
So we're not hanging around.
Yeah, it's under a year, yeah.
But already what we're starting to see is that people in the area are actually starting to do properties up now.
Right.
Housing market renewal created a bit of a status quo. People who own property in the area, who maybe even wanted to invest in their properties, wouldn't do it because they could see there was no plan for the area. Yeah. But now we've actually got on site and we're starting to do things. You walk around the area, you can see there are people who are cleaning up the stone frontages on their buildings. People are starting to get confidence already, even at this early stage.
Wow. This really is an incredibly bold, ambitious project to release the full potential of these streets. It's not just about 1 or 2 properties, it's about a large number of houses, and it goes beyond that. Really, it's about giving a community confidence again, growing it, making it a place where people want to live, and importantly, providing much-needed family housing in this area.